Charlie, Manchester United 3, Newcastle United 2, last home game of the season, done. 3 points.
Yeah.
3 points, mate. We won a game.
We won a game. It's getting a bit nervy at the end, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's typical what we're doing.
Actually, pretty good performance. Ahmad, that's why you should start more often. Most of the stuff he does is fantastic, and he's not just the intricacy. It's not just the picking out the right passes, knowing when to pass, shoot, dribble. It's also that ball, the striking of the ball for that goal, and that's something that Tony Mowbray talked about when he was at Sunderland. He said, like, Ahmad's a great player, blah blah blah. We know that, but has he got that sort of end product, that real sort of fizz in his shot? And he worked on that with Ahmad, and Ahmad actually came out and said, Tony Mowbray, I think, the best or one of the best coaches he's ever worked with, and he was a big reason behind that.
That's not a name you'd
that's not
usually
a name
synonymous with that, but it's interesting in players' journeys, right?
Exactly, and as well, I thought Bruno played really, really well generally. Still a few things I just don't like when he does, but that's Bruno.
But he's always going to do that. He's always going to do it.
So you can't really.
But when he's not there, there's nothing.
Yeah, and I thought him, Mainu, and Ahmad with a 3 today. They linked up for the goal, so the little flick from Bruno into Mainu, and then the finish, really, really nice. And then interesting how, as I said to you before, like Højlund got a rest. When he came on, he actually held the ball up pretty well and scored with his weak foot.
Who would have thought, giving the kid who's maybe burnt out in his first season at Man United, a little bit of a rest would be a good thing? Who would have thought?
And all 3 players who came on actually looked pretty promising. Rashford, before that goal, Rashford won the header from a cross, and then Martinez sort of shoved Isak off it.
Yeah.
And then Højlund scored. So all 3 subs. This was signed last season. Every sub that Ten Hag made sort of paid off last season.
Yeah.
3 subs today all made an impact within a few minutes, so that was good to see. But it's just about trying to get players back for the final now. I mean, I don't know about Maguire, Varane, Shaw, whether they're going to be able to come back, but we still that centre back partnership is still not good enough, particularly to face City.
No, you would think. Fingers crossed with Martinez that should be in the bag to play, get him some minutes against Brighton. Varane, I think he sits out of Brighton, but then he's been out for quite a while. Then you ask him to come in. But one last hurrah at Wembley, the Ghost of Wraith. I don't know. I would do it.
Left footer at left back. Because the angles side, like you just need a left footer just to open up more angles. Because like Dalot is really good, but more or less every time, he's a bit better than Wan-Bissaka on the left side.
He is.
He can turn, but it just every first touch with the right foot and then backwards. So we need Dalot to start on the right, and we need, even if I don't think Martinez at left back would be the best move, but
way.
we need a left footer in that back 4. Somewhere.
It'll be Martinez.
Yeah, a left centre back at least. We need that.
It will
and
be
then
that.
When we're on the ball, he can push to the sort of wider to make a back 3 when we've got the ball. So it kind of helps with the angles there.
Yeah.
But pretty promising. I'm quite surprised. You come here, you just never know.
Onana made some good saves as well.
He always does.
Yeah.
He's been pretty. He's not made as many mistakes. He had that really bad Champions League run, but overall this season, I think in the league he's actually had an above-average season. I think he's been pretty good in the league overall. You don't agree, do you?
There's been times. No, I don't.
He's still not.
It's up and down.
He's still not.
The Wolves at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Bournemouth smashes the guy in the face. Palace, they shouldn't go in my opinion. Them 2 Elise ones.
He's not the best shot stopper.
No.
But he's people like De Gea in his last season, and De Gea for many seasons. People still make that comparison. They're like, oh, De Gea's a better shot stopper. Well, he wasn't, because he was making countless errors. Like Onana's always going to let you down. He does have inherent weaknesses. But overall, I think he's been okay.
Okay, hopefully second season as well, he can calm down.
And with a more stable back 4, because you have to realise, and it's not me making excuses for him, but last season, De Gea and everyone in the team really in that back unit, it was quite a consistent back unit. De Gea, Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, they were always there, always there. This season, there's not been one of those 2 centre-backs or the defensive midfielder who's been a constant for the whole season. One of them's been out for at least a couple of months at some point from our sort of favoured partnership, and that's got to have an impact on the whole back 4 as a whole and the goalkeeper as well.
Tactically, with the different midfield that we've had, Mainu, Amrabat and McTominay, are you seeing us play in a slightly different way because it's them that are playing, or has there been a few different instructions from Ten Hag that you see tactically in terms of being more compact, etc., or it just depends who you're playing and it's not that?
I thought we were a little bit more. I think the last couple of games a little bit more compact, but also I think Amrabat, despite the weaknesses he has, him and Mainu together are 2 players that generally use the ball pretty well. I think Amrabat still, he sort of plays in straight lines, so he doesn't.
Yeah.
He can't really turn. He's not really on
He's
an
like
axis.
a bus then.
Yeah, he's not really on an axis. So,
Yeah.
you know, when he's sort of the crowd's asking him to turn, he's sort of running one way. He's always sort of running in one direction and can't sort of change. So, but I think him and Mainu together, I think that's much better than Casemiro and Mainu. I think Amrabat just uses the ball a little bit better, a little bit smarter, and he's also quite tenacious. He'll give away free. He's quite disruptive. He's not efficient, but
No.
he'll stop the opposition somehow.
Yeah. And well, look at the goal that he stopped from Isak. You know, when Wan-Bissaka gave it away,
Exactly.
you know, I was looking at that and thinking, Amrabat's not going to make this. And he gets back, makes a great block. Other times, yeah, he might get put in his arse by Ozil or whatever, but not Ozil, sorry, Odegaard, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, someone might run past him because he ain't got the leg speed to, you know, to quite keep up all the time, but he'll give you that tenacity, he'll give you that little bit of bite, and he will just keep things ticking over from deep. Not saying we should sign him,
No.
and, you know, we need to not, but here's one for you then. So leading up to that final, are you trying to keep him in and around it then?
I would, yeah, I would. I think if we haven't got another centre, if only Martinez if it's Evans and Martinez, it depends what happens with sort of Evans. Somebody will probably get injured again, knowing our luck. But Amrabat's been better than Casemiro in that six for me, for quite a while, for the last few games.
Okay.
Compared to what Casemiro was doing in that position.
Yeah, compared to that. And lastly, before you go, man of the match.
I'll probably say Ahmad. I thought overall brilliant.
Yeah, big up.
Cheers, mate.
Safe travels, man. Nice one.